Welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, October the 5th, 2021. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, Tullahoma Alderman's suit against the state is dismissed. The Tullahoma Wildcats beat the Hillman Hilltoppers 55-6 to win 6 in a row. And Tullahoma has a new fire chief. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
I am tremendously blessed to be living at Parkview and very happy to be part of a loving and caring community.
Best thing you can say is this really a great place to live. That's all there is to it, no doubt about that.
It's your home. You just do what you would if you were at your private home. You know, we love it. It's great.
It's just like having a whole neighborhood around you, and it's fun.
It's just a great place to live.
Welcome back. Alderman Jenna Aumacher lacks the standing to sue the state of Tennessee and the Tennessee Election Commission, according to Tennessee's Attorney General Herbert Slattery. In a new filing in the case against the state elections officials by Alderman Aumacher, the Attorney General lays out why the court should dismiss her motion for a preliminary injunction to allow for municipal primary elections. Aumacher has sued the state to prohibit the enforcement of state statute, which prohibits municipalities from holding partisan primary elections. Instead, all municipal elections are nonpartisan unless a municipality's charter allows for it. It was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Middle District of Tennessee in August. The state, however, says Aumacher's claim is nothing more than a minor inconvenience, and that stopping the enforcement of that law and designating it unconstitutional would severely harm the state as well as the public interest. First and foremost, Slattery said in the filing, Aumacher's case is unlikely to succeed due to the 11th Amendment immunity protections afforded to governmental bodies. Further, Slattery said Aumacher lacks standing and is at no risk of imminent harm with the law as it is written. According to Slattery, the 11th Amendment prohibits citizens from suing their own state or one of its agencies in federal court unless there has been a waiver by the state. This prohibition also prohibits the type of relief Aumacher is seeking, injunctive relief. Slattery also claims Aumacher lacks standing because she claims her political party is not allowed to spread its message and hamstrings voters seeking to inform themselves rather than herself. These allegations of harm to political parties are insufficient to establish any sort of particularized injury to the plaintiff and therefore cannot establish the requisite standing to allow her case to move forward. As to Aumacher's claims that the law violates her First and 14th Amendment rights, Slattery claims her reliance on a Supreme Court case is misplaced. This case, Slattery said, actually struck down a California election law that barred official governing bodies from endorsing, supporting, or opposing a candidate put forward by a political party for partisan office in the primary election. Nothing in the statute prohibits a political party from endorsing, supporting, or opposing a candidate for election, Slattery said, nor does it prohibit a candidate from claiming that they are officially endorsed by a political party. Further, Slattery said political parties do not have a First Amendment right to use a ballot as expressive conduct or activity. The state also has a compelling interest to preserve elections' integrity and reduce political and campaign-related disorder in elections, as well as reduce the cost of elections to municipalities, Slattery said in the filing. The statute in question, the Attorney General said, preserves the integrity of the state's municipal elections by reducing partisanship at the local level. Furthermore, under state law, municipalities bear the cost of conducting municipal elections. That elections are expensive, and should primaries be the norm, municipalities would not only bear the cost of the municipal general election, but also the primary municipal election and potential runoff elections. Further, Slattery stated Almacher's equal protection rights have not been violated by the statute, as she has not proven how she has been mistreated compared to similar individuals in the same circumstances. Slattery stated in the filing that plaintiff alleges only a minor inconvenience, and which is neither a prohibition or restriction on either her or her political party's First Amendment rights. Slattery and the state have requested the court deny Almacher's request for preliminary injunction in its entirety. On this week's episode of the John Olive Fifth Quarter Show, Coach Olive and news leaders John Gray spoke about the Tullahoma Wildcats' latest victory over the Hillwood Hilltoppers.
Call it a lunch pail win. It's what we preached all week long was we knew that we would not be back up to the level emotionally where we were last Friday night.
Right.
You just can't do it. And just like we have to get up and go to work on some days when we don't really want to go to work, but you do. You learn that someplace along the way that I got to get up and go to work, and I've got to give an honest day's work.
Right.
And that was kind of our message throughout the week.
Might not be your best day's work, but it'll be an honest
But you don't give an
day.
honest day's work. Yeah, and I told them if you could learn that lesson now as teenagers, then when you're 30 years old and you're trying to figure out, I don't really feel like going to work, but I owe an honest day's work. And I'm going to go and I'm going to give my employer an honest day's work in exchange for that person or company or whatever paying me an honest wage for my labor. And I said, that's what you got to be able to do. And this is one of those games where we're probably going to win the game. I'm not, there's games that but they're a really young football team.
And
they're
not very big.
No, and you can tell they're young.
Right.
And, but we could have been sloppy. It could have been a frustrating win. But instead, our young men showed up and they went right to work. They got their job done. And then the starters watched and cheered on the younger players.
Right. Right, and we got to see, and that's very important for a coaching staff to have a game like that along the way in a run like we're on right now, to see really what you have in your backup players and your other young men who get to go in, because you never know when you're going to need one of them.
That's exactly right. We're looking for depth, and I feel like one of the positions that we have built some depth in is now running back. I think one of the reporters, and may have been Scott, said that 8 different ball carriers last night. And the one thing that we ask when we start putting the younger players in, always play hard. You might not know exactly what your blocking assignment is or what your defensive, what you're supposed to, we try to get pretty basic, obviously, but that's what, not only do you want them to play hard, you want them to be able to execute though and not have a lot of penalties and so forth. And I thought that our team overall, we've ended up with either, I think maybe 2 penalties all night long, maybe 3.
Yeah.
But it was good. Good job by our young men. Second half, I think we'll play the very first series, just to make sure that they understand there's no coming back.
Right.
And then
it's wide open.
Play everybody else.
There you go.
And after these messages, we'll be right back.
I am tremendously blessed to be living at Parkview and very happy to be part of a loving and caring community.
Best thing you can say is this really a great place to live. That's all there is to it, no doubt about that.
It's your home. You just do what you would if you were at your private home. We love it. It's great.
It's just like having a whole neighborhood around you, and it's fun.
It's just a great place to live.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. And I grow and get bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash junking up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
Welcome back. At the latest Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting, Aldermen elected a new fire chief to replace retired Chief Richard Chastain.
Item number 21-125, confirm the appointment of fire chief as recommended by the city administrator.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Dunn and second by Blackwell. And that, if you read your agenda packet, you would be very familiar with who the fire chief has been recommended to be, and I'll turn the mic over to Ms. Booty at the podium.
Thank you. Today I have the extreme privilege to bring forward a recommendation for Tullahoma's next fire chief. First and foremost, I want to commend the 7 excellent candidates that applied for the position. All demonstrated a commitment to our community and that they've continuously improved themselves to prepare for this and any future promotion. It's very rewarding to see that the Tullahoma Fire Department is a model department for many reasons. They have a long history of quality leadership, and they're highly regarded across the state of Tennessee as one of the best equipped and well-run departments. They are, what was clear to me from this process is they're a model to other departments in service above self, in the value of preparedness and rigorous training, and in building strong teams by building individuals. I look forward to see how the dedicated men and women of the fire department will work with the next chief to set a strategic vision that will carry the department forward. Next, I want to take just a minute to review the steps that have been taken to bring this recommendation to you tonight, as recruitments at this level are not, they're pretty infrequent, and I think it's valuable for the citizens to hear more about the process. So as city administrator, it's my duty to oversee the day-to-day operations of the city, and that includes responsibility of selecting who will serve in key leadership positions. This is a decision I have not made alone. I've relied on a multi-step evaluation process, and at each step, I've received candid feedback on each of the finalists for this position. All of that feedback's been incorporated in my final decision. The recruitment was done in 3 parts. First, I relied upon expertise from Municipal Technical Advisory Services, Fire Management Consultancy, CROSS. An assessment panel that included 2 fire chiefs and an HR professional from across the state. They evaluated the 4 final candidates on their skills and what MTAS calls critical competencies for the position. Next, the candidates were evaluated by a community panel that I selected. These were their peers. We selected Coffee County EMS Director, our Coffee County E911 Director, and our Tullahoma Police Chief, all of whom will work closely with the next chief. And then finally, all of the candidates participated in a one-on-one interview with me. And based upon that feedback, I finalized my recommendation and recommend to you tonight Deputy Chief Kenny Pearson for appointment to Police Chief. During the review process, he demonstrated excellent leadership qualities. Most importantly, I feel he has both the administrative skills and the communication skills required of a chief, combined with strong relationships and trust that he has built over his many years with the department. He's proven himself to be a leader and a mentor within the department, and I anticipate he's going to continue to lead by example in his new role. He shared with me his goals and vision for improvements over the next 5 years, and I really valued that he took a balanced approach. He's been instrumental in building many programs, processes, and a work culture that works very well. But he balances that with an open mind that's willing to change the things that can be made better. He's passionate about the safety of our community. He expressed he'd work proactively with the community to reduce risk to their health and safety. And in addition, he said he would make the safety of our firefighters his top priority. He'll ensure that they have the support, the training, and the equipment to perform their job at the highest level and go home safe at the end of each shift. I believe he'll be one who will lead with integrity and humility, shedding a positive light on the community and empowering all of those under his command. So I'm truly excited for the future of the department, and I thank you for your consideration.
We have discussion, I have questions.
We have an opportunity for discussion. We have the motion on the floor. Seconded.
Okay. So just out of curiosity, were all of the applicants in-house?
Yes, they were 7 applicants, all internal.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's really amazing.
Any further discussion? We'll vote green to confirm Mr. Pearson, red for no. Mr. Pearson, looks like you've been elected.
Well, there's not much more I could say. I mean, that was about accommodation that I could ever expect. I appreciate the process that we went through, and I do want to work with the community, for the safety of the community. All safety issues of any nature we want to look into. And the men that work for us and the ladies that work for us, they are our most important asset. They are our employees. So we do want to try to take care of them as best we can. And of course, I'm a little emotional tonight, so I'm going to end it right there.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pearson.
We'll be right back with more news after these messages.
It's not Invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Tullahoma Wildcats coach John Olive also spoke about what makes high school football special.
What makes football unique on Friday nights is that you only play it once a week, and in our area of the country, the vast majority of the time, you play it on Friday night. Sometimes, and because of officiating shortages or facility shortages, you have to play on a Thursday night or a Saturday. In some parts, but for the most part, it's a Friday night. And you have a band, and we have a very large band, a very good band that won their competition last Saturday, and I think they're off again today to compete. They bring about an environment, and then you have the cheerleaders. And those three components, that's, to me, makes football a very unique thing. It sets up the environment. Whether you're watching college football games with 100,000 people in the stadium, you see those same three ingredients. And And I think that's what makes it unique. You go to watch other sports, I don't think I've ever been to a baseball game that had a band or cheerleaders. And there's nothing wrong with baseball, don't hear me say it, but I just think that that's part of the uniqueness to
Friday night lights,
to Friday night in the fall of the year, especially in
Beautiful
the
weather
southeast part of the United States.
Incredible.
We love playing football.
And
whether it be a Friday night or whether it's a Saturday and my favorite college team or whatever, you know.
Right.
And then, but even in the pro game, they've got cheerleaders, but they're not. It's not like the high school cheer.
No.
And if they have a band, it's more than likely it'll be in the parking lot during the tailgating time, going in the parking lot instead of doing anything
it's a DJ.
in the stadium.
It's a DJ.
That's correct. That's what I'm saying. They don't have it. They don't have
a band.
the marching band. So that's what makes it unique, and that's what I love about being a part of Tullahoma. We've had those three ingredients at a very high level for a very long time. And do we have a down year every now and then? Yep. Sometimes we don't have quite the football players that we have right now, but right now it's pretty fun.
We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Welcome back. At the recent 41A Music and Arts Festival, headliners the Velcro Pygmies made a twist to a Tennessee favorite.
Still, strange to think of, yeah, all the rockets I'm a record, they never will. One pro, and all rockets on the ground, so rocket by far. And that's why all the folks on Rocket Top live their call for the cure. Rocket Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. No, no, Rocket Top, Tennessee. Rocket Top, Tennessee. Rocket Top, Tennessee. I'm tired, cramped up city life, struggle like a duck in a pin. All I know
And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include representatives from Vanderbilt Heart and Hospital who will talk about the importance of getting your mammogram. Laurel Stone will stop by to tell us about Safe Babies Week, and Colleen Saunders will invite everyone out to South Jackson's Oktoberfest this weekend. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
The food at Parkview, well, I haven't had a bad meal there yet.
The food at Parkview is absolutely scrumptious. I mean, it is really good. It's just like home cooking.
And then there are the cookies. Oh my, they bake cookies every day, and they are super.
The food is truly incredible, and it's like being on a cruise ship.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gotta be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 2019 at 92 degrees. The record low for this day was in 1968 at 31 degrees. The average high is 75 and the average low is 52. Showers expected for tonight with a low of 64. Showers continue for Wednesday with a high of 74 and a low of 61, and those showers continue for Thursday with a high of 74 and a low of 63. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great evening.